Hey everybody, Jeremy here again with another video. Today's going to be a little different of a video. Not really touching on any specific thing that I have going on, but I did title it "The Fight Never Ends." And what that means for me is my oath never expires. I was a soldier. I am a soldier. I always will be. I served my country honorably, and my oath never expires. So until I die. And that goes for foreign and domestic. And unfortunately now I fought the foreign aspect of it. Now I'm fighting the domestic part of it right here in our own backyard. So I didn't say until discharge or until retirement. It said I would defend this nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I already fought the foreign wars, and again, like I said, I am continuing the one here in the domestic land that we live in. The ones who hide behind titles and offices. The Constitution isn't a suggestion, it's a contract between the people and their government. And I intend to enforce it, at least try, in my case. And hopefully it'll help other people too, as well. So we kind of go from the battlefield to bureaucracy. I survived the sniper's bullet while I was in Iraq. Did a lot of serious damage to me, mentally and physically. I had over 23, 24 surgeries on my left arm, my left hand, my left leg, my ankle. I had a lot. Um, it's I lived through the surgeries and the pain and the daily fight to adapt to my new lifestyle that I have to adjust by. So, and I'm doing the same thing here. But what I didn't expect was that the real battle for freedom would be right here at home, in my backyard, in the courthouse of my county, and behind closed doors, most of all. I didn't face death overseas just to be stripped of my rights in my own country. Like, I'm not going to let it happen. And by no means is this me being defiant to government or being an anarchist. Nothing at all like that. I never was somebody like that, and I never will be. And for everybody who watches my videos, I'm not some civil rights advocate. I'm not some auditor that wants to cause trouble with anybody, with police, with courts, with judges, with lawyers, with anybody. That's just not my nature, and it's not my goal. What my goal is to get my story out there to the public, and just maybe the right person will see it. And just maybe down the future, 10 years from now, when this video is on YouTube or somewhere, somebody that is going through what I've gone through will see this and look back and say, well, this ain't the first time that's happened. And even me, this is not the first time this kind of thing has happened to somebody. We've had this kind of stuff going on for decades and centuries. I mean, none of us on this planet right now are the first person to endure any kind of hardship or anything like that. I can tell you that now. It has all been done before, it will be done now, and it will be done after we're long gone. But what we can do now is stand up and combat those things. So maybe in the future, there won't be as much. That's just a good thought. So we'll just keep the good thought. So we'll get into fighting legal and political corruption. I've seen how county agencies twist the law to serve political agendas. Evidence gets ignored, how due process gets denied. These officials are supposed to protect families, but instead they use the system as a weapon. The same courage that carried me through combat carries me through courtrooms today. I can tell you that. This is not about revenge. This is simply about accountability. And the fight for family, children, especially in my case, children. No veteran, no father, no citizen should ever have to fight this hard just to see their own children. Nobody. Unless you're a real pile of shit and you hurt kids and you drink, you do drugs, you're a drunk, you're an alcoholic, you got some serious issues, then then that's a different story. That is when the courts should be involved. That is when the courts should get involved and do what they're doing to me, to that person. And I'm going to reiterate, the story that got put on me was simply an attack just because I wanted more time with my children. And I already had 50-50 custody. So let's be honest here. Any of you mothers out there watching this that have a child or children with your kid's father, you're no longer together, and say that father wanted to have more time with that kid or those children, how many of you would be okay to make up a story that could destroy a man's credibility, his life, and take his children away from him just because he wanted more time with them? I'm sure they're out there, but I really want to see, does that sit right with you? With a lot of, I just want to get the feel of everybody else out there. This, I'm not going to get into specifics. I'm not going to bash somebody, but the only logical thing that I see why I had this happen to me from my children's mother is because she did not want to lose her child support money. It was all about money. Because I already had 50-50 custody. And yes, I still paid child support, $490 a month, I think, for 2 kids. And the only reason why I had to pay child support while I had 50-50 custody is because she don't work. She don't have an income. So automatically in Pennsylvania, the other parent, whoever makes the most money, even if you got 50-50, still got to pay support to somebody. So now when you put those together, what do you think she did this for? To protect her children from the monster that I am? Or to protect her wallet and keep getting the free money? You know, I have a household I support here. I don't need to support somebody else's household as well. My children, yes, I can take care of my kids. I know they're doing fine. I know they're doing well. I know they're not living in a cardboard box. That's another reason why I'm having trouble with all this. But that's why this was done. Because a dad, wanted more time with his sons. And let me say that again. A dad, a father, wanted more time with his sons. A good dad. A great dad. I will call myself a great dad because that is one thing in life that I actually took pride in, was my sons. And I still do, even though this is all going on. I still love them more than anything in this world, and I miss the hell out of them. And I always will. And I know this is just a horrible time in life right now for myself and for those 2 boys. So I love them no matter what. And as I always say, one day they will see how hard I fought for them. And unfortunately, it's almost been 2 years since I've seen or talked to them. So that's why I'm doing this. It's not because of revenge. It's not because of anything. It's because I'm going to start holding people accountable that need to be held accountable for what they've done, for having a part in taking my children off me. Their mother got to live with this and pay the consequences in court. That's just all there is to it. Now, if I took kids off of her the way she did to me, you goddamn right better think I would be thinking in the back of my head, well, this is lasting, this is good now. This is fun, this is a great time, but this ain't gonna last forever and I'm gonna have to pay the piper soon. We all do. When we all do something we shouldn't do, it always comes back to you. So anyhow, fight for family. The battle against fraud and abuse, I've uncovered proof of government fraud, forged reports, and agencies collecting money without lawful authority. If the government can ignore its own laws, then no citizen, and I mean no citizen, no matter who or what you are, is safe. It does not matter if you're a veteran. It does not matter if you're a mayor of a town. It does not matter uh, if you're a police officer, a fireman, an upstanding citizen. It doesn't matter. They do not care. This fight isn't just for me, as I always say. It's for every parent, every veteran, every taxpayer being taken advantage of by a broken system. And another thing is Truth Over Tactics. That's my Facebook. I have a Facebook page, Truth Over Tactics. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Truth Over Tactics. And there's a reason why I picked that name. It's just simple. I I want the truth. I pick the truth over tactics. And that's what these courts do. And this is what uh, frustrated baby mamas and baby daddies do. They act out and they weaponize courts, and the courts just fall right for it. And again, when I talk about courts, I'm talking about family court. They use the tactics, I use truth. And that's why I make these videos. Because one day I'll be dead and gone and hope somebody else can use these. And also maybe when my children are grown up and see how much I actually did fight for them, they might actually appreciate me more and appreciate what we have. They tried to discredit me. They tried to label me. They tried to break me. But I've faced real enemies before. So I know how corruption operates. Truth over tactics isn't just a slogan. It's a movement for transparency, integrity, and accountability. Transparency, integrity, and accountability. You know, that's what truth over tactics to me is, and that's the meaning of it. That's why I call my page that. That's why I use that phrase often. You know, when I raised my right hand, I made a promise. The promise didn't end when I took off the uniform, guys. My mission now is to defend the same freedoms I once fought for. Only now, like I said before, the battlefield is right here. It's in our courts. It's on our turf. I fight for those who can't. For the ones silenced by the system. You know, for the children, for veterans, for families in general who deserve better. But I do have an unbreakable resolve. Sitting here reflecting on things. They tried to destroy me financially, emotionally, physically, but I'm still here. And I'm not going nowhere. I will not back down. I survived war. I survived a lot of things. They can't intimidate me with paperwork and politics. It ain't ever gonna happen. And it shouldn't happen to anybody. Nobody should be intimidated by paperwork and politics and things like that. Now, if you hurt somebody or you're a real nasty person, you deserve everything you got coming to you. But for a person like me going through stuff that I'm going through, absolutely not. Every attack only makes me stronger, more focused, and more dangerous, honestly, to corruption. So every time something happens, every time they deny emotion, every time they send me letters that I'm in contempt of court, you're not scaring me. You're just making my resolve stronger. You're making my will to want to keep pushing this further stronger. So, my message to everybody: freedom is not free, it's not automatic. You have to defend it every single day. And that's all there is to it. You have to. Rights are like muscles. If you don't use them, you'll lose them. The same system that failed me can fail anyone. That's why I'm fighting. Not just for myself, again, but for all of us, for everybody. I'm not demanding or asking for a pity party. I'm demanding justice. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not, you guys know, for those of you who know me, know I don't like being on camera. I don't like being in videos or on photos. I absolutely despise this. But if this is something that I have to do to save my own self and my life and get my children back and show them how much I love them and how much I care for them, then that's what I'm going to do. As uncomfortable as this may be for me, I put that all aside and I don't even think twice about it. You know, I didn't survive wars to watch America fall apart from within because of its justice system. Just That's just all there is to it. That's all I got today, guys. I just wanted to change the subjects of some things, go off topic, and just put some straight facts out there. For those of you who follow me, I know there's some people that are in my lawsuits that are defendants. They have been following me. They have been watching my videos. And they have friends and family watching my videos. And thank you for watching them. All of you and everybody, thank you for watching my videos. So now you know that I'm not a man that's going to run away because you throw some paper at me or a few accusations. Again, when this gets in front of the judge, an actual judge, I will be able to prove everything that was done to me was done illegally, immorally, and systematically. Absolutely. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Steeler game's on tonight. It's a late one, so go Steelers.